Fan97203 here, so we're taking a look at another new sister location image, and this one is strange, very strange. Alright, so it's been a while since I've taken a look at one, probably about a month ago, maybe a bit more, and it was a very puppet-like design, kind of like a mixture of the puppet and the mangle. And that one, and the trailer, and I believe the image before that, all seem to point at like a very industrial kind of place. If you look at the background of this, it's a lot, it's got the balloons, it's got more balloon strings, maybe? I'm thinking those are balloon strings, but they might be wires or chains or something. You can see, especially in front of the one blue balloon groupage there in the back, you can see them. This one says, "Don't hold it against us," kind of like the trailer said, so I'm not really going to worry about that. These characters are odd. They look like tiny little bald babies. But the top of their head, if you look at the sides, it looks a lot less connected than most of the pieces do on most of these characters, and it looks to be a different color. So that's throwing me off. I don't know if that's a mistake, or if that's supposed to be a hat. If that's a hat, then where did the rest of their head go? Or if that's supposed to be like blonde hair. If that's the case, Scott Cawthon needs to learn how hair works. I don't know. It's weird. And it's also got lipstick, but only on the very bottom of the lips. I've never seen anyone do that. Ever. If anyone has ever seen anyone do that, please comment below. I'm interested to know if that's another weird, stupid thing people do. People do a lot of stupid things. So, I could see someone... you get someone drunk or high enough, I bet they do that. But you can get them to do a lot of things. Alright, as you'll notice, the shirt does not seem to cover up, like... I don't know. It doesn't cover up the bottom, like... Okay, the shirt doesn't cover up the full width of, like, the bicep-tricep area. It only covers up, like, the outer edge of the shoulder, if you can see, which I think is really weird looking. Obviously, it's part of the design of these animatronics, but it looks really weird. Their ears are connected, which is unlike the last one we saw, where the ears were not connected. That kind of remind me of ears from, like, The Simpsons or something. And there's... let's see, there are 7 of them total. So, I don't know if there aren't more because... this is just how many. It's supposed to get the idea across of there being infinite numbers of these stupid things, or if there are a total of 7 of them in the game. I don't know which. We'll have to see. So, these things, I don't know what they are, I don't know what they do in-game. My guess is there's some sort of special mechanic, kind of like, Foxy's been special in each game, and, they have their own special mechanic, where they all kind of do things as one big unit. Or my other guess is something, they're kind of like the little, what did the community end up calling them, like Freddles or something, from FNAF 4. Back on the bed, you turn around and you got the little mini Freddies there, and you gotta make sure they stay away so you don't get the main Freddy coming after you. So maybe these things are something kind of like that. You got the 7 of them, and they'll come after you, and if they get to you, then you've got a bigger thing that jump scares you. So, there's really not much for me to say about this one. It's kind of straightforward. You can see everything here. Really not much for me to theorize about here. Everything here is either already been stated or odd, and not much for me to say, I guess. Game Theory recently released a video about Sister Location, and MatPat was like, "Oh, I'm gonna figure out what's going on before the game even comes out," and it was an interesting video. I will link it in the description. I recommend you watch it if you're somewhat interested in this, or you like Game Theory, or, I don't know, you got a few minutes to waste. I don't know. But I would recommend that you watch it, because it is a well put together theory, and he goes into a lot that I haven't talked about because I didn't do that information, or that research, sorry. Because I didn't dig into the source code because I don't care enough about that. But he goes into some odd theories suggesting a sister location is not what we think it is. I'm not going to say he's right. I'm not going to say he's wrong. I'm just going to say you watch the theory, you decide for yourself. Personally, I think it gets a bit outlandish. But then again, later on in the video, he does say, hey, that's kind of the stuff that I'm somewhat confident in saying. The rest of this is just, I want to have fun, suck it up. Obviously not as blunt as that, but, you know, you get the point. So, I mean, he understands how outlandish theorizing about this kind of stuff already can be, and how crazy it can get, and he was like, screw it, I'm gonna go all out, and I'm gonna do whatever I want, because it's his YouTube channel, so, you know, he can do what he wants. So, you know, check that out, take a look at it, see what you think, or not, I don't really care. Yeah, so I think that's all for this video. A very short one, because there's not much to talk about here, and, you know, MatPat's video talking about that didn't take up very much time. So, yeah, I think that's all for now. I will see you guys in the next video. Lick and subscribble. Goodbye.